Hi guys, welcome back to the FoodSafe platform. My name is Paddy and today I'm going to be running you through the last tutorial for the platform itself. Today we're going to be covering the last two modules, the notification module and the event log. And we're also going to be running through some general settings as well to show you how to go through everything. So today, to get started, we're going to be covering alerts and notifications. You can see those two panels here on the dashboard itself. But just to remind you, we have the alerts are associated with the actual records themselves, for example, and the traceability. So I'll show you here. You can see here that the alert that we have associated with the daily housekeeping checks that we've set up is be alerted for any existing records being modified, and I want that alert to be sent immediately, and that's going to be sent to myself, and that's the title I'm giving it as well. All of these can be updated. Each one can be sent to a different person if required, and all of that can be customized, which is fantastic. So that means essentially that if I was to modify any one of these data points, I would get an alert immediately. The alerts are sent onto the dashboard. They're also sent via that email and into the notifications module as well, which we'll cover in a second. Again, just to cover it, we also have the alerts in the traceability module as well. So on each one of these pages for the packaged product, recipe and ingredients, raw materials, you can set up alert to be notified just like in the records as well. We then also, just to go back to the records, we then also have in record date notifications. So what that means, I'll pop over here just to show you. We're talking about this particular data point here. So when you set up a date notification, what this means is that when you enter this onto your data record sheet, you enter the title, description, and where you want the notification to be sent to, and what that alert message is. When you save that, I'll come back out to show you. This is essentially what it is. I've set up an example here, although it's not relevant to this actual data sheet. It's just an example to show you. If we were to say that we want to be reminded that we need to perform a pH calibration, let's say every week, this is where you would do that. So on the desktop version, it's as simple as coming in here and selecting when you want to be reminded. So when you're entering this new row of data, let's say it was a pH calibration row of data you were entering, and you then want to be reminded, okay, next week at the same time, I need to do another one. Then you'd enter the following week so that will then remind you. You can come back on here and you can then go ahead and also enter a new row of data for that. So that's a really fantastic data point to have, and I've just received that notification because we had that alert set up. So that's just covering what those two types of alerts are. Now, if we were to go back to the dashboard just to show you, you can see that that's just been received there now. So let's go ahead, and if I click on this from the dashboard, it will bring me onto the actual data record sheet that that alert was set up for. So we had two things that were set up. So it will highlight the row that it's referring to. So it's referring to this row. So I got that alert by email and on the dashboard because I modified this particular row of data. So I entered that after I had already saved that row of data. So that's fantastic. So that's just a quick example. So that's relevant to any of these alerts here. If you were to click on recipes, for example, when I did another example, this will bring me to the traceability module, and it will go to the recipe and ingredients and highlight that new row of data that has been entered. And that's where the alerts were set up. So as an example, recipes was the title. It was sent direct to my personal email address, all changes, and I want that alert sent immediately. So that's what that one alert on the dashboard is referring to there. Let's go into one more. If I hit batches, that's going to probably go into my traceability and be referring to one of the example new batch records that I set up. Yeah, so it's going to be referring to this one here. Highlighted the row so that you can see exactly which one it's talking about. So if you had 500 rows here, it would jump to that row for you. So then we also have the notifications. So again, this is that in record date notifications that I gave it as an example. You can see here pH calibration. So this is going to jump me to one of the records. So that's jumped me here to this row of data. So I can come over here and I can see, right, on the 31st of March is when I wanted that notification to be sent. I received that notification via email on the dashboard as well. So I now know, right, I need to come in and redo a pH calibration. So that would have been the following week. So I can come in here on that day that notification came through and add a new row of data for that pH calibration. Again, just an example for this record sheet, but we do have set up calibration logs for you. So you can assign this to real pH calibration sheets. Again, here, if we go and click on date, this will again come into which row of data that it's referring to and highlight that for us, which data set we need to look at. So that's perfect. So those are really handy little tabs down here to keep track of what's going on. You can also see I updated a record entry in the daily housekeeping check. So you can also see some of that activity on the recent activity there as well. So if we were to go into the notifications module now to have a look at what this looks like, you can see here one of those notifications that we have already had a look at. But if you go in, it'll show you who created it, what the description is. So we need to calibrate unit 56. It will show as completed if you've already viewed it, but if you come in here and click view now, it will do the same thing as what was done on the dashboard. It will open up the actual rec sheet and it will highlight the row that it's referring to. So let's just pop back here. I'll show you, let me just come back a little bit in time. So here's an example of one that's still active that hasn't been addressed yet. So when you come in here to view it, you can see that again, it will highlight the row. You know which row of data it's referring to. You can then go ahead and enter that new row of data. When you actually view the data row, it will show as completed, but you can come back here and it hasn't actually been complete. So it will show up as active that someone needs to review this. You can come in here just to keep track of what's going on yourself. You can, and you go through these, you can delete them if you need to. It's just a really nice way, another area where you can keep track of all of the notifications that's happening on your platform and by who. We can then go into the alerts. Again, very similar to the notifications panel. This is going to show you when they were created, what the description is, what the actual title of that alert was. So when we actually set up the alert, we write in what that title is. And same concept. We can go in here, we can view now. Again, that's going to open up the record sheet and it will highlight the row that it's referring to, which is great. So again, really simple, really nice way to keep track of everything that's going on in your platform when it comes to alerts and notifications. You can, again, same as the notifications, you can come in here, you can delete these if you need to, you can manually select that they're fine, that they've been addressed as needed. So that's the notifications. So that's everything to do with the alerts and the notifications themselves. So again, alerts specifically refer to alerts that you can set up for record sheets and the traceability module pages. And then your notifications are specifically referring to the in-record date notification that you can set up to be reminded of anything that you need to be reminded of as you continue. The next mod is the event log. Now quickly, I can't imagine that you're going to be using this much. It is just another area where you can view everything that's going on your platform in one table. So this is primarily for us to keep track as well. So we can help you if anything happens. We can view this, our back end. So if something goes wrong, you can come in here because basically it shows what's been updated, what's been deleted, what's been submitted, who's logged in, who's logged out, team members being added, etc., etc. So it tracks a lot of activity on your platform. But that's there. You can view that as well just to see who's been doing what if you ever want to. So coming down to the general settings, we've got your logout button. Within the actual settings tab, we have a few pages. The first one is the account page. So this account is specifically referring to the team member who's currently logged in. So this is account specific. So if I'll show you now in a second how you set up teams on your platform. But if you had multiple team members, let's say I'm part of your organization, Paddy, I've logged in using my credentials to get on access to your platform. My account details will show up here. So my name, and I can change my password if I need to. We then have the Teams tab. So it's very easy to add new team members. But before we jump into that, I just want to show you the permission group. So with the permission groups, you get access depending on the tier that you're signed up to. So you get access on a standard and a professional plan. What this means is that when you add new team members, you can assign permissions to them. And you can create as many permissions using these tabs here as you need and require. So just to give you an example, the admin permission group, obviously that's when you select it, it will show that it's selected absolutely everything because you have access to everything. Another few other ones that I've set up, just to give you an example, manager, for example, is everything, but without user management options. Another one, staff member, for example, let's say you only want certain staff members have access to the protocols and procedures module, the records module, and the traceability module. So they will have access to these three, but they won't have access to anything else on the platform. So that's really handy and really easy. It's really easy to set up new ones. All you do is click the plus sign, give it a name, permission group. You then say, okay, I only want these people who I assign these permission groups to have access to, again, let's say, okay, it's the production team. I only want them to have access to the traceability module and the records module. So that's all they have have access to. So I'm going to save that. So now remember that new permission group, the one that we've just set up. So once you set up your permission groups, you can then come in and add your team members. Again, really easy to do. You just click add team member. You enter the first name, last name, phone number, email address. Here's where you can find the permission groups. So you'll come down here and you can see that new permission group that we've assigned for the production team, for example. So if you want to give a new production team member access to the platform, then that's the permission group you want them to have access to. They'll only have access to the records module and the traceability module as well. You can upload their food handling training here also. When you save that, this particular team member will get sent an invite via this email address, create an account and log on to your platform to have the access that you've given to them. So nice and simple, really easy to do. For quick clarification, on the basic plan, you're not able to add new team members. You only have access to the platform yourself. On the standards plan, you're able to add new team members for £10 a month. And on the professional plan, you get yourself and you have 2 additional team members you can add that's included in your plan. And it's £10 thereafter for every other team member, up to £50. And then after £50, it's just unlimited essentially. So we've capped it at 50. So really simple to do that there, guys, so that you can have everyone onboarded onto your platform. Again, it's fantastic to do that because it, as an example in here, you're able to keep track of who's doing what, because whoever's logged in, you're able to see who's entered what data. This will say, for example, if I had a team member called Joel, it would say 25th of the 3rd at 12:45, Joel entered this data. Accountability, traceability, you're able to see who's doing what on your platform at all times, which is perfect. So it's really handy to upload your team members and give them certain permission groups that you would like. You then obviously have your basic company information, so that's nice and simple. You can edit that and change that as required. If you do get invited by anybody who's already using the FoodSafe platform and they give you a referral code, this is where you can enter that referral code. So when you enter that referral code and choose an annual plan for any one of our 3 plans, you will get 50% off that plan in total, which is perfect. We then have the billing module. So in here, basic information, essentially, so what subscription you're on, the next billing days, the amount that you've already paid will show up there. We have some add-ons. So you have, as I talked about already, added users, the additional amount that would cost per month. We have certain allowances as well. So we have data usage on the basic plan, for example, is 5 gigabytes in total. On the standard plan, it's 10, and on the professional plan, you have an unlimited amount of data storage, which is perfect. And then the additional data record sheet. So on the basic plan, for example, you're not able to add new data record sheets. You can delete or edit the current record sheets. So for example, I believe there's like 24 record sheets that have already been created for you guys. You can delete 5 and add new 5 ones up to that 24 number, for example. You won't be able to add any additional ones after that. On the standard plan, you can add an additional 3 on top of what's already there. And then on the professional plan, it's unlimited. So you're able to like build this out as you would like. Just to clarify as well, this is how we decided to build the FoodSafe platform out. This platform is essentially designed to be fully customizable for you. And the reason why I decided to do that is because I didn't want the platform to be restrictive with your own growth. So if you start off, for example, with just your council standards, and then you wanted to go into SALSA, and then from SALSA you want to go to BRCGS, ISO 22000, etc. This platform isn't restrictive in the sense that like, oh, it's only set up for SALSA certification or it's only set up for BRCGS certification. It's set up in a way that will allow you to grow and build and modify as your business grows, as your business adapts and evolves, and as you move through different standards as well. So I wanted to give that flexibility to everyone who's using it. So I hope that you guys see that as well. In your history button up here, this is essentially where all of your payments will be. So every payment that comes out will be at the top. There will be a receipt button here. So you'll be able to click on this and download your invoice and your receipt. So all of that's going to be there for you. And then if we just go back, you can come in here and change the plan that you're on as well. So as mentioned already, we have monthly and annual plans. When you join on the annual plan, you get 10% off. You also get access to our referral program when you sign up to an annual plan. I'll go through that more in a second. We have the 3 tiers: basic, standard, and professional. You can always start on the basic plan, the standard plan, and then upgrade to the professional or the standard thereafter. One thing to just note is that if you start on, say, the professional plan, and then you wanted to downgrade to the basic plan for whatever reason for a month or two, one thing to note is that when you do downgrade, you'll lose access to some of those professional features, but you won't lose your data associated with them. You're just going to lose access to it. So again, if you downgrade to the basic plan for a couple of months and then say you wanted to upgrade again to the professional plan at a later date, and you sign back up to the professional plan, you'll have access to all of your data that was already there. So you're not going to lose that data, which is perfect. So it's really nice and simple. When you guys want to get started, it will, and you press on it, it will show you exactly what you're going to be paying now. We've done this because if, for example, you start on the basic plan and you within the same month you join the professional plan, it will charge you the difference within that month. So we're not going to overcharge you for it. And then from the month after, it will be the normal $84.95, for example. So just clarifies exactly what you're going to be charged right now and then ongoing. And then you can proceed with Stripe to make those payments. So it's really secure for you. Mobile responsive app. So this is just to show you how to, on your iPhone or iPad or Android, how to get your little FoodSafe icon on your home screen so that when you click that icon, it will open up the platform just like a normal app. It just saves you having to go to the website to sign in to access the platform. So it's a really nice, simple, quick and easy access feature. So that's perfect for you guys and any of your team members who are needing to use FoodSafe on the go with the mobile responsive version. Referrals, as mentioned. So if you love FoodSafe and you've been using it for a while and you decide, right, this is perfect, let me save some money, I want to upgrade to an annual plan, and you save that 10%. You get access to the referrals program. So you can refer other colleagues, other businesses that who you know, and it's as simple as just copying your referral code and sharing that with them. And as mentioned, when they sign up, they can enter their referral code in the company tab down here if they decide to first go on a monthly plan, for example. And if they save that here, when they go to upgrade to their annual plan, that will automatically be allocated, and that discount will automatically come off of their bill for the annual plan. The good thing here is that essentially what will happen for you is that you're going to earn 3 days, which equate to £1 off per person who you refer and who signs up using your referral code. So if someone signs up to the basic plan, an annual basic plan, you will get 5 days off. If someone signs up for the standard plan, it's 15 days off. If anyone signed up for the annual professional plan, then you get 30 days off. So as an example, you only need to refer like 12 companies or colleagues who sign up to the national annual plan to earn a whole year off your own membership yourself. So that's just something that we want to do to give back to you. You'll see how many people you referred up here, how many days you've saved, and what the actual pound savings are there as well. And you'll see that information down here for yourself too. The help tab. So we are slowly working on a contact form here, and eventually we'll also be including our tutorials here for you as well. For now, it's just contact us at support@myfoodsafe.co. It's the easiest and quickest way to get access to us. If there's any support, any tweaks that you recommend, or anything that you'd like changed, or just general help in any way, please reach out to myself and the team at support@myfoodsafe.co. We're happy to help you with in any way whatsoever. So that is the final tutorial for the FoodSafe platform, guys. I hope all of this now summarizes the FoodSafe platform in a nice, robust way. So it really helps you guys to hit the ground running. If for whatever reason you would like to have a more customized onboarding process, you can send an email to us at support@myfoodsafe.co. I love doing the onboarding demos, so it'll more than likely be myself who'll be doing it with you. So you can always request to have a demo with me, and I'll run you through the platform again, and we can have a bit more of an in-depth conversation around how the FoodSafe platform can specifically work for your business. Happy to do that, and happy to help out any other which way that I can, guys. Hope you all love the FoodSafe platform. Again, any questions, just let us know. All the best. Talk soon, guys. Bye-bye.